All right, so what is the end goal of your show, and why do you guys take pride in your work if you're granted 80 to 100 years to live? Why do you take pride in your work?
What would you say the end goal of the show is?
I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm asking Phil, sorry.
And I don't understand why you guys would curse God and you're given lips. It baffles me.
All right.
It baffles me.
One question at a time.
Okay, we'll start with what's the end goal of the show.
All right. Yeah.
For me, I'm sure like each host has their own take on what they want to get out of the show. But for me, it's about having a conversation with individuals, actually talking about lots of issues that you may not regularly hear about in your regular conversation. This may not be something you hear about around your table or at work or whatever else. But being able to explore different ideas and be exposed to something that may be different from what you currently believe, and actually have a conversation about that and adapt to new information. If it's something that's credible, if it's something that's substantiated, to start making room to adopt that claim and to have that conversation. Also to talk about volunteering stuff, because that's just what I love to do, and spread that word out there. But for me, it's about having a conversation with people, and it's not necessarily
but how is having a conversation
hang on,
make the world a better place?
Hang on, we're answering your question.
Yeah, it's not that you're going to necessarily change every mind that's there, but having a discussion, actually having a civil discussion, and talking about different things, even if you disagree. And number one, it's a skill to develop in the first place, but it also may help you to get to better information as the end result. It's not guaranteeing you to get there, but it may not help you, but it may help someone else.
And I will add to that and answer your other two questions all in less than 30 seconds. So I agree with what Phil's saying. For me, the end goal of the show is to make the show obsolete, to make atheist activism obsolete, because we live in a world that is rational and secular. Why do I take pride in my work if I'm only granted 80 to 100 years to live? First of all, from a biblical standpoint, you're only granted 70 years. I don't know how many years I'm granted, but I take pride in my work because I am confident that it has a positive effect, and I enjoy it. And I enjoy the amount of time that I live is irrelevant. If I could die tomorrow, and I would still be proud of what I'm doing right here today. And why would I curse God if I'm given lips? I don't care about God at all. I don't think that God exists. I don't think that God gave me lips. I'm happy to curse God primarily because the people who are convinced that he does exist and is real and gave me lips seem to be bothered by that, and that motivates them to provide an explanation for why I should care about a God.
All right, I respect both of your answers, but I am not convinced.
You're not convinced of what? You think we're lying?
I don't think, no, I believe what you guys are saying, but I'm not convinced. Like, I will always believe in God. We
weren't trying to convince you that God doesn't exist. We were answering your question. We weren't trying to.
I don't understand how your work will make the world a better place. I don't understand how kids will get better by not believing in God. I don't understand that.
Why do you think, okay, do you think kids would be better off if they believed in God?
Yes.
Why?
Why do I think kids will be better? If you're in the world, you're most likely to sin.
Well, I'll go. So first of all, which God are we talking about, just for clarity?
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Okay. So if kids believe in some other God, are they in trouble?
Bickering and small talk won't make the world a better place. Questions like that won't make the world a better place.
Questions like asking people why they believe what they believe won't make the world a better place?
Asking, do you believe in Zeus? Like, bickering and small talk is nonsense.
I'm not, first of all.
When you ask questions, do you believe in Zeus? I am rational. It's nonsense. You're given 80 to 100 years. Why do you take so much pride when death is around the corner? Tomorrow is not promised. I do not understand why you would curse God, and you're given lips, you're given eyes to see. Did you know about the junior's death? Like, don't be ungrateful of your sin.
Did I know about what?
The Bronx teen, the one that was slain. What do you think about that situation? And that evil exists in this world. What do you think about that situation?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but the fact that there's evil in the world or that people do evil things is just a fact.
Okay, what's your thoughts on people doing evil?
It's bad.
Why do you think it's bad?
Because it is not beneficial to society. It does not improve the quality of life.
Well, Hitler didn't think that.
What do you mean Hitler didn't think? You realize that
Stalin did not think that. Hitler did not think that.
First of all, I'm having difficulty, Nicholas, and I don't mean this to be insulting, but I'm having difficulty. I'm having difficulty believing that you are actually honest and sincere in this conversation, and not just trolling. Because.
Okay.
All I'm trying to do is ask questions, and you're deflecting to 20 other topics. How is Hitler relevant to any of this? I'm asking you. The question that I asked was, would the world be better off if kids believed in God? And I wanted to know why. And now you're talking about, you said yes, but I wanted to know why, and instead you went to Hitler and a bunch of other stuff.
Because you asked the question with a question, so I said yes.
And then I asked, why do you believe that?
Because I believe in everything that I say. You're not really living life if you don't believe in everything that you say and in everything that you do. You're not living life. You're dying if you don't believe in what you're doing and what you say.
I asked you for a reason why you believe that, and you said, because you believe in everything you say. Do you know what a tautology is?
No, and
you should go look it up, because you did not give me any.
It's nonsense.
Nate, you did not give me an explanation. All you did was restate that you believe it.
If I were to give you an explanation, with your attitude, you would refute. I already know where you're coming from and that mindset.
See, the thing is,
regardless of,
I already know where you're coming from because I was a Southern Baptist.
Know where we're coming from.
I do.
I'm gonna refute.
Nicholas,
Yes, okay.
Nicholas, I was a Southern Baptist and was going to be a preacher. I know the Bible backward and forward.
But we are both, okay, we both agreed that we're both going to refute each other. So we literally have like 5 minutes left, so let's keep going.
Keep going.
No, let's not keep going. Goodbye.
I'm about to say, where do we go?
First of all, you don't tell me how much time we have left. Second of all, your call was an utter waste of time because when I asked you why, instead of providing an explanation, you just said, because I believe it. Well, so what? That does nothing.
And what kind of point is, because death is around the corner, why do you take so much pride? Why wouldn't you? If you only had, whatever finite, 60, 70, 80 years left on this planet, why would you not want to invest that or use that time to make an impact? I mean, I've said that on multiple podcasts or whatever else in regards to my volunteerism, for example. That's a thing. Like, if I'm only going to live this time, let me have this impact. This is what I want to do. It's what makes me happy, and I take pride in that and love doing it. And we'll be going out to do more next week, I'm sure, doing something. Who knows what I'm going to be doing?
Meanwhile, Nicholas is the one that's in a hypocritical position because, first of all, he thinks he's going to live forever, which makes this life meaningless and useless for anything other than a stepping stone to get to the real life. Second of all, if he actually thinks that death is around the corner, he has all these concerns, why the fuck are you calling us?
Right.
And if you're going to call us, shouldn't your goal be to defend the gospel of Jesus Christ, to go forth unto all the nations, to follow 1 Peter 3:15, and be prepared at all times to give an answer for the faith that is within you, instead of just saying, that's what I believe? You're a miserable failure as a Christian. An utter failure. And as a caller, which is why we're moving on.
Believing everything that you say in order to live. I don't even understand. What does that mean?